today and also to be part of this awesome event. I'm going to be your host, your MC, and I will also be talking about Chinese a little later on. Because we have friends here who may not understand Chinese, I will be speaking in both the languages for both our guests who are also from China and who converse in Chinese, as well as our friends, our non-Chinese speaking friends. So a little introduction about myself today. I'm Farhana Khader. My dad's there, Mr. Abdul Khader, and my brother, Muhammad Khader. We are very proud to be Pakistanis who are here in Singapore for the past 21 years. And one thing about me, I just love languages. So perhaps maybe because of my parents, because they're very fluent in a couple of languages other than Urdu. My dad speaks a little bit of Tamil, my mom knows a little bit of Pashto. Growing up, I picked up Malay because Singapore didn't offer NTIL earlier on, Now the kids are so lucky, But anyway, yeah, so I picked up Malay, and then I've got friends along the way who were so interested in French, and Chinese obviously was very easy to pick up because my friends were all, learning Chinese and speaking it. So yeah, and we were also in Sri Lanka, so we picked up a little bit of that there. Tamil movies, we pick up a little bit there. Urdu to obviously hum baat hi karte hain, which means that obviously I do speak Urdu because there's UDSS, Urdu Development Society Singapore, and a couple of other things. I don't want to bore you guys, but it says here that there's a welcome remarks by me, so please bear with me. Alright then, so I'll just continue to address you guys in Chinese, and I will also translate as and when to let me know, so that we can all keep this enjoyable and joyful, and I don't want to put anybody to sleep. So anyway, okay, I'll introduce myself. 我来介绍一下我自己，我是 Farhana， 我和我的全家来新加坡现在已经21年了。我是一个教师或是老师，在一个学校。我真的喜欢我的学生。That means I really like my students and I like working with kids. Alright then. 我觉得新加坡是一个很安慰的地方，这里的人很友好，很热情，也很礼貌。新加坡是一个发达的国家，可是这里的人很友好，很热情。Which basically means that Singapore is the people here are very friendly, very warm, very caring, and it's a developed country, so obviously everybody's affluential and well-to-do, so it's a very good place to be in. Now in Singapore, I would like to take this opportunity to share an idiom, a Chinese idiom, 言语, which goes, 鱼鱼得水, feel like a fish in water. This Chinese idiom is used figuratively to describe one who is thriving in the economy of congenial friends or a conducive environment. For instance, naturally, English enjoys a definite advantage in international trade in Singapore, but in the view of Singapore's position in the development of Chinese enterprises in Asia Pacific, one who masters only the English language will not be able to feel like a fish in water and give full play to his ambition in the region's business world, as quoted by Lianhe Zaobao, a Chinese newspaper, in 1991 on the 14th of August. Hence, today we are here to celebrate a very joyous occasion and a very momentous occasion whereby our High Commissioner has written a book entitled Chinese Made Easy. Now, for people like me and many others who yearn to learn a language that is not their mother tongue, it's very crucial for us to have such books to ensure that we're able to pick up the language very quickly without much hassle. So without much further ado, I'd like to invite our guest, our High Commissioner, to say a few words about his book Chinese Made Easy. 我要请巴基斯坦High Commission Syed Syed Hasan Javed 先生来这里，谢谢您。
尊敬的各位来宾，今天我非常高兴，我要用华语要讲话。I will speak in Mandarin and also speak in English, but since this is a day of Mandarin, so I hope those who until now are not conversant with Mandarin will bear me, and I'm sure that after this book launching ceremony, more and more people will be able to be conversant with Mandarin. So, Imam, Brother Habib, and Master Li Chi Wang, and all distinguished guests here today. Today, the book launching, you heard the comments from Farhana. Mandarin is becoming now more or less, I would say, with the rise of the Asia-Pacific region, more and more a global language. It is starting to become the second most popular language at the moment, but with the passage of time, it is likely to be the most popular language. 像新加坡人，我们巴基斯坦人也是很喜欢要学华语。我们觉得要实践的要潮流，会把华文成为一个世界上最受欢迎的一种外语。现在我写了这本书，要宣传学习华语的。在巴基斯坦，这本书是所谓第一本书。We Pakistanis, like Singaporeans, wish to learn Mandarin. Why? Because we feel that this is the language of the future. We feel this language, Chinese language, is becoming popular with every passing day. In Pakistan, at the moment, we have 15,000 children who are learning Mandarin. We are now two provincial governments have made Mandarin an optional language. And more universities, centers of excellence in Pakistan are now teaching Mandarin. 对我本人来讲，这个华文会让巴基斯坦和说华语的亚太地区的加强他们之间的合作和他们之间的友好关系和理解。We hope that with the learning of Chinese language will be acting as a force multiplier for Pakistan's cooperation with the Chinese-speaking world. Civilization influences invariably always follows economic prosperity and knowledge surges. The spectacular rise of the People's Republic of China is beginning to transform not only its immediate neighborhood, but also non-Asian cultural zones and societies. 现在中国人民共和国的发展要影响到亚太地区的，不仅亚太地区，而且世界的其他地方，非华文地区也有了这个中国人民共和国的这个经济发展要影响到，所以我 我们可以说，将来普通话会成为一个很重要的语言。The rise of People's Republic of China is beginning to influence its neighborhood and also non-Chinese Asian other cultural zones and societies, and we feel that this will also make Chinese language more and more popular in business and commerce and in knowledge. At the moment, there are roughly 1 million foreigners who are studying Mandarin, and there are 6 million foreigners who are studying Mandarin worldwide. So you know, this is the language that is the most popular language in the world at the moment, being sought after at the moment among the foreign languages. 我这个新书发表会要举行在北京已经举行了，在伊斯兰堡也举行了，在卡拉奇也举行了。今天我要这个新书发表会在新加坡要举行的。这本书汉言英语是需要2年的时间我写这本书。And the publishers tell me that after the launching of this book is becoming, according to the publisher, the most popular book at the moment in Pakistan. And just today I spoke with him and he told me, Mr. Javed, you may be on the way to becoming a bestseller book. Because there is so much demand for learning Mandarin that there was nothing like this. So it was a market which was already there, and my book appeared to just be on the right time and the right thing. So, but I still have many more requests for launching this book from Hong Kong, from Mauritius, from UK, from Dubai. So I have many invitations, but because of my official engagements, it's not possible for me at the moment to travel. But the book is being well received. This is a simple book. As you see, you will see this is the next, book. You can see the profile of this book. 我已经把这本书在北京10月份，就是9月10号，已经举行的这个新书发表会在北京大学。后来在伊斯兰堡，在3个大学，我已经举行了这个活动，而且也在卡拉奇也举行了。可以说现在这个出版社告诉我，这个本书在巴基斯坦很受欢迎，而且很会成，可能最受卖的一本书。So when I was writing this book, because I faced a lot of challenges in learning the Mandarin language, because Mandarin is difficult to learn. Let's acknowledge it first. It says that first you acknowledge the problem, then the solutions you can find. So it appeared to be difficult to me, and I think it appears to be difficult to a lot of people. So I felt like that, what is this so difficult that can overwhelm me? So I, in fact, wanted to be on the top of it. And so it happened that I developed an interest in it, a passion for it. That is the stage actually you start begin loving it. So that stage came, and with Mandarin, with the passage of time, I became so much engrossed and so much with passion that now my family would tell you I give more time to Mandarin than to anything else. I have hundreds of books in Mandarin and do some research with the characters, their evolution of characters, the evolution of Chinese language, the evolution of Chinese philosophy, the thought process, and the culture and the civilization. So, you know, it's becoming more and more, I'm actually being interested in it more and more, as I discover it more and more. I only feel sorry that this, how little we know about Chinese civilization. The written English part of civilization, that I have a lot of books in English. Still, I think there's a lot to learn about great Chinese civilization. 首先我要学习华语的时候，我面到很多困难。面到困难以后呢，我就是说这是怎么样的语言，我不能控制的，不能掌握的，这怎么能会这样的？所以呢，后来呢，我对华语有了感兴趣，有了感兴趣呢，现在我有几本书，用华文写的，我研究怎么来这个汉字的潮流，这个中华人民的古老文明的潮流，历史的潮流，中国这个华人的这个哲学，儒教、道教、佛教，还有一个古代的这个古文，这都是我来很有感兴趣研究。现在看说，我家里人都可以证明你。我对华文的这个感兴趣，现在我学华文比任何其他学习的内容更多，所以我对华人和华文都有了感兴趣。The aim, why this book? I wrote this book, as you see, next one. You see, this is my curriculum, of course not very important. I carry an economics degree, but it doesn't really matter. I have been working in many places of the world, but my love finally seems to be the Chinese-speaking world. Next, please. This is the launching in Beijing, in the one aspect of the Beijing University. Next, please. Some of the students who were there in the Beijing University and their teachers, and a lot of them, the photograph is not very complete. Next. This is the launching that happened in Karachi, in the Institute of Business Administration, which is the leading business administration institute in Karachi. Next. This is the launching that took place in Islamabad. Here we are teaching 1,500 children aged 6 years Mandarin at this school in Islamabad. 我们要在这个学校有1500个小孩娃娃5岁6岁的教他们华文。And I am among the founding fathers of this school. I am among the founding fathers. So whenever I go there, they regard me as the father of the school. So we have there are some of the scholars and teachers and high officials. Next, please. This is in the Qaid-e-Azam University. This is in Islamabad, and there also this teacher. Next, please. There also this is some of them. There I delivered a lecture on Tang Cheng Chui Jing. I mean, I gave a lecture on the origin of Buddhism from Gandhara civilization. As you know, the Chinese monks came to subcontinent at that time in 416 AD, and also at 615 AD. And so the two Chinese monks, Faxian and Xuanzang, was here. So you see this next, next. You have this again, and a scene from Beijing, where you have I launched my book at the Beijing 50th anniversary celebrations of Peiyue. I went there to attend, and they have invited me, and then I launched the book in Peta. Next please. This is another guest at the book launching. Again, the children who are studying Mandarin. Some of them are, who have been visited Singapore also, and so they are the future ambassadors of Pakistan with the Chinese-speaking world. Next. These are some of the, the past generation. Friendship has to go from one generation to another. 这个有一下一代到下代要传过去。In the next please. This is Pakistan, where the monk, the Chinese monk, Fa Xian and Xuanzang had come in Swat. This is the Swat, from where in its book in Journey to the West mentions from 89 to 93. The episodes happened in the areas in Pakistan. And so you had this Swat, which was known as, in Mr. Kalidas is here, Udayana in those days. Udayana is a Sanskrit word, and it was Swat was known Udayana, and Xuanzang came in those days to this part, and this was a Buddhist area. Purushpura, Peshawar, Udayana, Swat, and Gilgit, and all these areas were under, and Taxila. So Buddhism actually went from Pakistan to China and to Korea, and to, that's why when Premier Choi La used to say Pakistani and Chinese people, friendship began with the advent of mankind. 因为是这个佛教从巴基斯坦传过到中国大陆和朝鲜和日本，从哪里就是在巴基斯坦这个唐山取经来，还有发现从巴基斯坦塔克西拉这个布鲁什布拉就是皮沙瓦，还有乌达亚那这个索尔和迪尔吉，这些地方都是在唐山取经这个《西游记》里边都有写的，就巴九到北极到舟山，这是在巴基斯坦这块土地。So Tangsan, the monk liked this part. It's called, we Pakistanis regard this as the most beautiful part in the world, heaven on the next place. This is the Pakistani children last time who came to perform the Buddha dance, the Buddha with 1,000 hands. And this is from the same school. It's called Roots School System in Islamabad. Next, please. And a journey from the journey to the west. This is Tupachie, Shaojing, Tangshan, and this is a journey to the west. The Monkey King Sun Wukong, and Tupachie, and all these characters. This journey of the monk to get sutras, Buddhist sutras. Next, please. This is again Pakistani children who came here in Singapore, who performed the Tai Chi Chuan and Chinese martial arts. Next, please. These are the children along the Silk Route. You see the Kei Khan is Pakistan Utop. Singapore. There are many other places where I launched this book, but I could not get these photographs together, so I just put this children. Next, please. Thank you. So I just thank 我是向你们感谢来参加这个新书发表会。My wife always inspired me to write this book because she never likes the praise and compliments I get from for my Chinese, from other people. So she told me, no, they praise you so much, they like you so much, and I'm always very happy to receive your praise on your behalf. So you write the book. So actually, she is the force who inspired me to write the book, because she told me you must oblige them by writing the book. So it is good. Through my book, the Chinese and any foreigner can also learn Urdu. It's a very culturally very interoperable book. It's a smart book actually. the size is small. The publishers were telling that it is, in this size it is becoming so popular. If it was little bigger, how much more popular it would have become. So because you see, it uses 6 different ways of teaching Mandarin. It's Chinese characters, pinyin, English translation, Urdu translation, Urdu pinyin, and Roman Urdu. So it makes it very handy book, something like what you call as self-help kit. So the inspiration is actually from the American DIY concept, just do it yourself. So the book is without teacher. I mean, it can enable you to master Chinese language, at least to a degree of spoken Chinese, to a certain extent. So I actually, with these words, because I have to also saying in both Chinese and in Mandarin, so I think that language is a medium to propagate understanding, love, tolerance, coexistence, and solidarity. Language is a bridge to bring people together. Birds, animals, they all use language to bring their kind together, feast, and even ward off dangers. Mandarin is among the most ancient living languages which is spoken by the largest number of people in the world, largest single number of people. It is the repository of rich civilization. The world is yet to discover the richness of Chinese civilization. That is my feeling, that the Chinese civilization has yet to be discovered, and there's a lot needed to be find out about Chinese civilization. And then with the passage of time, Mandarin at the moment is already the second most popular language and the most sought after language. And if this continues pace, it is likely to be in the next century the most popular and the lingua franca of the world. That's my prediction. I will be there to see my prediction, I don't know, in the next century. One thing that I want to also share with you is that Urdu is very close to Chinese language. Many people do not know this. Urdu is the closest to Chinese language. And you will be very surprised because I know 7 or 8 languages, and I can tell you that Chinese and Urdu somehow, with the combinations and the permutations that we have in Urdu alphabets, it's nearly 100 combinations and permutations that can be made, and the intonations in Urdu language make it very close to Chinese language in terms of accent. And this is very rare. Many people do not know this, that in Urdu we have 42 alphabets, plus we have these combinations and permutations of that, which make the accent much closer to the Chinese language when Chinese. And this is not surprising that Chinese, Pakistani people are not trying to learn Mandarin as in such a large number. Outside Japanese, Korean, and Vietnamese language, Urdu is the closest to Chinese language. You saw the young lady speaking Mandarin. I mean, those who speak Mandarin must have been very impressed by the accent especially. And that is how the Urdus, those who know Urdu, find it much easier to speak Mandarin with much more clarity. Urdu's intonations, zafar, zair, and pesh, and sakin, they are all bringing it closer to the 4 tones of Mandarin language. Pakistanis and Chinese are best equipped and naturally made to learn each other's language. Through my book, I think you can also learn Urdu. The Chinese people can learn Urdu because when I presented 10 copies, complimentary copies to Chinese friends in Beijing University, they said they would need 10,000 copies. So I said, publishers, you have to contact, not, I can't bring 10,000. I said, only 10 copies would be. So there must be, in fact, let me tell you one joke also. I was in Karachi launching this book, so I saw a Chinese company's man, he was buying 50 books. I said, what are you going to do with this? He said, I can speak Urdu with this book very easily. There is no book here I have found which can make me teach Urdu. So this is really remarkable of this. So with these words, I feel I'm very happy. In fact, I'm with the distinguished guests we have here. That, and that's why you see here cultural personalities. We had of different religions and philosophies, because all religions and philosophies stand for propagating understanding, propagating solidarity, propagating love, tolerance. And this is why today you see people from all cultural backgrounds. And I'm sure that this will help, my book will help promote friendship between Pakistani people and Chinese speaking people, and wherever they are. And my book is already beginning to happen like this, because now the company who will be contacting the Paramount publishers in Karachi, they told me that they have an international book fair going on in Karachi just today, the last 3 days. And the representative of Singaporean companies are discussing with them having this book in Singapore also. So this is going to be promoting multiculturalism ideals of Singapore and also bilingualism of Singapore. So when I wrote this book, I saw that this book is going to be in enhancing the multiculturalism of Singapore also, because this, and also the bilingualism, and also promote contacts between Asia Pacific region, which is rising, and in terms of economic and business opportunities, and with Pakistan and Pakistani people. So this book is going to be first step in a 1,000-kilometer journey, as was said. So I've seen this in Tawda Jing actually, the mention of first step in a 1,000-kilometer journey. So with these words, I thank you. I have a few complimentary copies, but they won't be certainly not enough. You see, I brought 200 copies, but they are all gone. So this book is being, anybody who hears of this book wants to, and there are 5,000 Pakistanis here, and at least I feel there are at least 90% of them want to buy this book because they love to learn Mandarin. It's a sweet language. It's a language which has a lot of history, a lot of culture, and the world wants to know and learn from this. So I have these books, few copies, which I will just sign out for complimentary copies. Those those of you who can who would want them, of course. Also, the company. Can you name the company, please? Can you please tell?
Cavendish.
Cavendish. Mention it. Because they have gone to Karachi, their representatives at the moment are in Karachi. So they maybe you can find this book in Singapore also. This book is being a request from Hong Kong to launch this book, and also from Mauritius and Dubai. So these 3 visits I have to plan. So with these words, I thank you all, and please, can you please? You see, there are 2 companies that actually would be in future. You will see them. We are in. The publishers told me that their representatives are in Karachi. Maybe this company is Alston, something like that, publishing house, and somebody so Marshall Cavendish. So I don't know. At the moment, you don't have this book, but this book will very soon come to Singapore also. So with these words, once again, thank you, and we can